All right, hello everybody. No one's probably ever going to listen to this. Perfectly acceptable by me. This is just solely so that I have someone to talk to other than my brother and family who don't know sports about sports. This is almost entirely for my enjoyment. Also, there's a long car ride coming up, and I want to listen to someone who's smart and well informed. And honestly, that someone is me. I can't think of anyone smarter or more informed about sports than me because I don't mean to brag, but I am quite smart. I don't know what the hell I'm going to talk about, if I'm being honest. I don't know what the hell I'm going to talk about. Maybe the Bulls, Bears, idiots. I don't know. Talk about a lot of shit. Probably the Bulls. They are in deep shit right now. I don't know how to fix them. They got a lot. They don't have bad contracts, but that Otto Porter Jr. injury really killed us in the beginning. Lauri Markkanen sucks. I thought he'd be good. I thought he'd at least be like more than just a stretch four. I thought he'd be a legit all-star candidate. I don't know. He's having the break, or no. I expected him to have the breakout year that Bam Adebayo's having. You know? Like Lauri Markkanen was really good his rookie year, all rookie first team. His second year was cut short primarily due to injuries. And then you get into his third year. You have a star guard in Zach LaVine. He's an all-star. He's a shooting guard. Not great at distributing the ball. Takes a lot of bad shots. But I would have thought that would take a lot of the offensive pressure off of him and let him play a lot better on the defensive end. And at least, I don't know, I thought he'd be better at shot blocking or something. He's just not good. It's tough to watch. He put up 30 against Washington. That's Washington. He's having like Davis Bertans guard him, and that's just horseshit because Davis Bertans, great shooter, can't do shit. You got Kobe White, who's, aside from Ja Morant, probably the best rookie right now in the 2019-2020 season. Aside from Ja Morant, who's just a freak of nature and almost ended Kevin Love's will to live with that one dunk. But Kobe White's been sensational. I mean, come on. He's 19. He could average 20 by his third or fourth year, maybe. His second year, probably not, because Zach LaVine's a ball hog. This team just sucks. We don't have a small forward. Chandler Hutchinson's our best bet at small forward, although right now we're really playing three guards. Like, Chris Dunn is taking a lot of minutes at the three, and that's just not a good team at all. In no way is that a good team. Like, how is that? This team just can't adapt to anything. I mean, we have Wendell Carter Jr. and Daniel Gafford, two players who I think, Daniel Gafford's not great, but Wendell Carter Jr. is a star. Like, he's a stud. He is a legit defensive player of the year candidate in the future. Like, he is good. He's a 15 and 12 guy in his sleep. Like, he is just phenomenal. He's really the only person on this team who I look at and I think to myself, like, yeah, they are a legit, like, he's legit. He will be on this team for at the very least a couple more years and, like, just be a star. Like, he's just so fucking good. And I hate that the rest of the team just lets him down. Sorry, I'm just checking to see if my girlfriend Snapchatted me. She didn't, unfortunately. But, God, a lot of people are saying fire Jim Boylen. I don't know. I don't know if you want to fire Jim Boylen. He's not a good coach by any means, but I mean, you got to draw a line in the sand somewhere. Like, you got to find at least one thing in the organization that even if things aren't going well, you stick with. You know? It's like look at the Miami Dolphins. Horrible team. This is not a good team. They don't have a quarterback. They don't have a single offensive lineman. Here's what they have. They have a wide receiver that they really like, and they have a coach that's really good. Brian Flores, finally some more diversity at the coaching position in the NFL. Still a very, let's call it, I don't want to call them a racist organization, but let's call them a less than decent organization in terms of race relations. They finally have Brian Flores, who's a legit head coach. They have that wide receiver whose name escapes me, although he's very good. And even when the team is really bad, which they are right now, at least they have that. I think the Bulls might have to do that with Jim Boylen. I don't know. Because they could do that with Kobe White, and they could do that with Wendell, but they're really good right now. Like, they are not, no one's calling for their heads right now. like they're calling for the heads of Jim Boylan and Garpax, the GM front office people who are awful at everything. They can't trade, they can't sign. They gave Cristiano Felicio an absurdly large deal, which was just the stupidest thing I'd ever seen in my life. At this point, honestly, I'd rather have Kirk Heinrich running the team operations than them. If I'm being honest, at least Kirk Heinrich, I don't expect anything. With them, I have some expectations of making the playoffs, but God forbid they do that. Because if they do that, then I'd be happy, and I guess we just can't have that in this goddamn world. No. We have to have the 7th overall pick 3 years in a row because we suck. Because we can't run a team. No one can run a team. Like, what are they doing at small forward? What is the game plan at small forward and power forward going forward? Wow, that was unintentional. Small forward and power forward going forward. Lauri Markkanen might be the answer. I don't know. He's a question mark. What are we going to do at small forward? Are we just going to hope that we get like the number 3 overall pick and can draft a really good small forward? We probably would just draft James Wiseman and just fuck up everything, because then we'd have Wendell, Daniel Gafford, and James Wiseman. 3 of whom, well, Daniel Gafford's not really an option to start, but like, you know, he's a really good like second unit energy guy off the bench who can do some serious pick and rolls and just fly his damn near 40-inch vertical to the rim and just end a man's will to live. Like, that's what he's good at. I think was he Arkansas or no? He was Arkansas, maybe Indiana. He was Arkansas, Indiana. He was one of those red teams that I don't like, but I like him. He's good. I watched him get drafted. I was like, oh, that guy. He's got the look. He's some NBA players just have a look to them, you know. Like you look at Ja Morant, you look at Zion, and they just look like an NBA. Look at Tyler Hero. I saw Tyler Hero, and I was like, man, that guy just looks like he can hoop. You know, you ever do that? Like you go to an open gym, and like you're trying to run 5s, and like you really try to look your best, like so that someone would look at you and be like, man, that guy can hoop. Man, he's white and he's not athletic, but like he just looks like he can hoop. You know, like you don't try too hard to match. You don't wear like an arm sleeve. Maybe you wear like a rubber band on your wrist. You know, you don't try too hard to like match your shirt and your shorts. You don't wear any jersey or anything like that, but you try to wear something NBA related. You know, and then someone just looks at you and they're like, yeah, that guy can hoop. I remember like there's this one white guy who's really skinny, long blonde hair. He's maybe like 150 pounds soaking wet. He is a bucket. He is just a walking bucket. He's got handles. He can shoot. He can pass. He can distribute. He's an okay defender, but like he does not look like. No, I shouldn't say that. Like he looks like he would be a great baseball player, but when he's like street clothes, you just look at him and you're like, that guy. What the hell can he do? Like, what is he, a defensive specialist and his specialty is just attacking you whenever you have the ball? Like, no. You look at him when he's warming up, and you're like, okay, he's 150 pounds, really skinny, but that guy's just a bucket. Before he even gets a shot up, you're like, that guy's a bucket, you know? There's another guy who's like 5'8", and he's got like a bunch of tattoos on his left arm, and he's like, you know, he's kind of short, he's kind of fat, but like you just look at him and you're like, oh, that guy's a bucket. Like I can't explain why. He just has that look to him. Daniel Gafford had that look to me when I saw him drafted in the 2nd round. I was like, that guy, there's something about him. He can hoop. And I see that with Lauri Markkanen, and it pisses me off. Because I look at him, and I'm like, that guy can hoop. Like, he just has... I couldn't see that with Wendell. I was wrong in that case. I'm hoping I'm not wrong 2 times in a row with Wendell and with Lauri, but like I look at Lauri and I'm like, that guy can hoop. Why can't he hoop? He's just, and it's just because Jim Boylan has him standing on the corner just waiting to do catch and shoot threes, and it's like that's not what you're meant to do. He could do that, you know, but it's like that's not what you should have him be doing. You should have him. That's probably grammatically wrong, but I'm a math major, so fuck it. I don't care. Oh, that just pisses me off so much. Oh my god. It's like he could be doing so much more. Oh, damn shame. At least we got Kobe White. At least we got Kobe White. I would have preferred a top 3 pick because then I would have drafted. All right. If I was the GM of the Bulls, I would do a lot of things differently. I'd probably keep Jim Boylan. I'd probably trade Zach LaVine, if I'm being honest. I don't think he's the future. I think he's good. I think I would call up the Bucks and I'd say, how many first round picks do you have? And then they'd say like, oh, we have 4 that we can trade. I'd say like, okay, cool. I'll take all of those and Eric Bledsoe and an Antetokounmpo brother just because I want to sell some tickets. And one other player. I think a straight up swap Eric Bledsoe, Zach LaVine, the contracts work out. I ran that on ESPN Trader or whatever the hell that's called. I ran that on there a little earlier today. You can just straight up swap them. They make the same amount of money. Zach LaVine's that much better. I'm a little biased because I want to see Giannis win a championship because I hate LeBron. Well, I don't hate LeBron, but obviously I'm an MJ fan, and he's the closest thing we'll ever get to someone who could challenge MJ's legacy. So obviously I don't want him to win more championships. But yeah, I just call it Milwaukee or the Sixers. Honestly, I'd call it the Sixers. I'd see, you know what? You're not doing too hot. You got to shake things up. Seems like Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid are a little redundant. Can I interest you in a Zach LaVine for any of those players named Ben Simmons preferably? I would say, what would it take? Give me Ben Simmons. I'll give you anything. I would literally give them anything for Ben Simmons. I think Ben Simmons is the best player ever who the team is just not built around him. He's the best player I've seen in my lifetime who was drafted in a perfect situation to the perfect team, and then it changed like in a year where the team was no longer, it was not built around him. Like, he's the best player who has a team that's not built around him. Damian Lillard is probably second, but it's I mean, like, to have a good team around you, but it's just not built to your strengths, you know? Like with Damian Lillard, he's got CJ McCollum, a great shooting guard, one of the best shooting guards in the league right now. It's probably James Harden, Devin Booker, Klay Thompson's injured, so obviously not him, and then it's between him and Bradley Beal for that like third spot. And like, he's phenomenal, but he's redundant with Damian Lillard. Like, Damian Lillard and CJ McCollum both are exceptional at distributing the ball. Both are horrible on the defensive end. And both can shoot. They can score inside, in the mid-range, good handles, pick and roll. Oh, that pick and roll with Jusuf Nurkic. Oh my God, it's insane. It's next level because they can pull up from half court. So you gotta collapse in on them, and then it just leaves Jusuf Nurkic open, which then you have to bring a power forward or center to go cover the weak side help. And then you have a stretch 4 or stretch 5 wide open. But the problem is they don't have that stretch 4, stretch 5. They had like Al-Farouq Aminu, who's decent, but he got, look at him on the Magic. Look at Al-Farouq Aminu on the Magic. He sucks. He's awful. That's more the Magic's fault than his, but you get my point. Like, Ben Simmons is a power forward and a center. Like, he's Shaq. He has the same range as Shaq. Think about it. Inside scorer. Can't shoot free throws. Defensive menace. Bullies you on the inside. But the problem is, he does not have Shaq's body mass or muscle. But he's got the handles and the passing. But now you got Joel Embiid and Al Horford just chilling there clogging the lane. I think the Sixers have the most talent of any team in the league. I think they have more talent than the Lakers, than the Clippers, than the Bucks, than the Rockets, than the Raptors. Raptors, actually, I don't know why I threw them in there. They're not that good. But you see what I mean. They have the most talent per player for any team. But the team is just built so horribly around Ben Simmons. And if I were the Sixers, and if I were the Blazers, you know what I would do? I would say, hey, straight up swap. Damian Lillard, Ben Simmons. Instantly. You know what you get? You get a Blazers team that's younger, more exciting, maybe even a little better. You now have an elite defender at the point guard position who excels at distributing the ball and can't shoot. And you now have CJ McCollum, who now no longer has to distribute the ball, no longer has to guard anywhere close to the best player on the team, on the opposing team. And now his job is solely to shoot the ball. Like, he essentially becomes JJ Redick on steroids. And that's scary. And for the Sixers, you get someone who excels in the pick and roll, excels at distributing the ball, can shoot the ball like nobody's business, and just fits in so well with that system. You now have one of the best three-point shooters in the league to go along with the best center in the league. I still consider Anthony Davis a power forward. He's really 6'10". He's a great center, but I mean, honestly, he rather would play power forward. He's the best big man in the league, but the best center is probably still Joel Embiid or Karl Anthony Towns. Nikola Jokic is just a fat piece of shit. He's awful. I hate him. Oh my God. I loved him for so long, but I mean, if you can't get in shape, like oh my God, that pisses me off. Like, I can get in shape, and it's not my job to. His job is to get in shape. And he just won't. And that just pisses me off. Because if you gave me $100 million, I am overnight. Like, my girlfriend would be so fucking happy. I would get in such good shape. I mean, I'm already in pretty good shape, but like, I'd get in like next level shape. I'd eat quinoa every day with kale and chicken every day. Like, I don't eat Pop-Tarts now, but I would definitely never eat Pop-Tarts in the future if you gave me $100 million. Like, Joel Embiid isn't even in that bad a shape. He's just having nagging injuries all the time. All the time. Oh, my God. Oh, that'd be such a good team. If you swap Damian Lillard and Ben Simmons, I might have the Sixers coming out of the East, and they would probably beat either the Clippers or the Lakers, whoever comes out of there. I think that would be a fantastic matchup. Oh, my God. Oh. Can you imagine? Oh. You have... Oh, that'd be such a good finals. Granted, it's tough to beat Bucks Lakers, but I mean that might do it. Damian Lillard on the Sixers against LeBron and AD. You'd have like AD on Horford. You'd have Howard on Joel Embiid. Oh my gosh, you'd have LeBron, Bradley, Green probably. Put Bradley on Richardson, Green on Lillard, and then LeBron would probably have to guard Tobias Harris. Oh, that'd be such a good matchup. I would kill to see that. Man, that'd be a good finals. NBA has to make that happen somehow. Somehow, some way. How you doing, Ren? Ren. Doggy. Puppy dog. Okay, you're still breathing. That's good. He's hurt. He hurt his whittle paw. I'm watching over him. Recording my first ever podcast. Pretty cool. Pretty fun. Not gonna lie. Just chilling with my dog. I wonder what my girlfriend's up to right now. I think she's still at anthropology. Yeah, she's at anthropology. Good for her. She's having fun. Kansas City. Whoop, whoop. Oh, man. What to talk about next? There's not much I can do, really, to fix the Bulls. They're kind of fucked anyway. They need another... they're never going to be good in my lifetime, really. I mean, you think about it, like, to be good in this league, you need a top 5 player. Every great team that could win a championship has a top 5 player, arguably. LeBron, Kawhi, Giannis, Embiid, Steph when he comes back, Kevin Durant when he comes back. Like, those are all people you could argue were top 5 players. So, I mean, really, you need arguably a top 5. Really a top 10 player who could be considered top 5. Like, I think Jimmy Butler is probably maybe top 10, but he's definitely not top 5, you know? He's not top 5, you know? Joel is top 10, and he could be argued to be top 5. So you really need a top 5 player. We're not going to get one unless Anthony Davis decides to leave the Lakers, which he's not. Because if you make over $10 million a year, which he does, and you live in LA, which he does, you don't leave LA. If I was offered a job to go teach at UCLA and I made $250,000 a year, you know, me and my girlfriend are moving over to LA, going to UCLA, you know, bye-bye Chicago, bye-bye Kansas, we're going to LA, and I make $250,000 a year, yeah, we're staying there because it's LA. You know what the winter is in LA? It's Chicago summers is what LA is. Oh, it's ridiculous. Absolutely fucking ridiculous. We're not getting Anthony Davis. Stop deluding yourselves, Bulls fans. If we get Anthony Davis, I'll eat a sock. I'll eat a sock on live TV. That'll be like the second thing I post to this goddamn channel is me eating a sock because Anthony Davis decided to come to this goddamn team. Oh, that'd be ridiculous. What else did I see on sports nowadays? I mean, there's Giannis taking the crown from LeBron. I think Giannis is the best player alive right now. I think he's the best two-way player of my lifetime. I saw LeBron on Miami Heat in his prime. I think Giannis was a better two-way player than that LeBron. I think LeBron was a better offensive player because I think he was better like after that 2011 finals, he really started becoming just an incredible distributor of the basketball. Incredible passer. But I think Giannis is better inside. I think he's better close to the rim. I think he's a better above and below the rim finisher. And I think he could win. Giannis could do a clean sweep this year, honestly. He could win most improved, MVP, and defensive player of the year. And I would not bat an eye. I would be like, yep, that's about right. He's 30-point per game scorer who improved his three-point shot tremendously and is also one of the best defenders I've ever seen. And I saw prime Dwight Howard, one of the best defenders. Also, actually, I think Jonathan Isaac would win Defensive Player of the Year just because he's a small forward leading the league in blocks. But you can't discount what Giannis is doing. He's on the best defensive team in the league. I'm watching most of these Bucks games. It is impossible to score on them. Like, you beat a defender, like let's say by some miracle, Wesley Matthews, good defender. Let's say somehow you beat him. Okay, then you got to go against Giannis. Good luck against that. Oh, somehow you do? Okay, there's Brook Lopez. You beat him? There's Robin Lopez. Like, it's... What are you supposed to do? You beat Eric Bledsoe. Congrats. Your next challenge, Chris Middleton. You beat him? Okay, well, Giannis is just going to block it anyway. What are you supposed to do? If you're, I don't know, if you're Trae Young, what are you supposed to do? Pull up from half court is really your only option. He can, but... Oh my God, I feel for some of these players that got to play the Bucks or the Lakers. Let's say you play the Lakers. You beat LeBron. You beat 35-year-old LeBron. Congrats. Your next challenge is Danny Green, one of the best perimeter defenders alive. And then you beat him. Okay, congrats. You got to go against Anthony Davis, the best defensive center in the league right now. Oh my God. It's so fucking funny. I almost feel bad for teams. Almost. Not quite. They get paid millions to play a game. I wish I could do that. No, instead I have to get a master's degree in mathematics with a minor in computer science and hopefully get a job at data analytics for 10 years before I can do what I really want, which is teach. God damn. You know what college has really taught me? One thing about college I don't admire or respect this about college, but one thing I really have learned throughout college is you can't just be adaptable. You can't just change to every little thing that happens. Because if you did, you'd never get anything done. There has to be a line in the sand. There has to be a point where you're like, nope, I won't budge. You can do anything you want to me, but if you do this, no, I have to do this. I am going to wake up at 8 and eat breakfast. I don't care what you do in the mornings. I don't care how much you want to sleep in. I don't care how many guests you have over. I don't care what you want me to do that day. 8 a.m., I'm waking up and I'm eating breakfast. College taught me that. It taught me that. You have friends, you have relationships, you have schoolwork. You say, no, listen. I'll stop doing a lot of things. There are days I won't go to the gym. There are days I won't watch YouTube videos or watch basketball games, or I won't go downtown and sightsee. Like, there are days where I won't do any of that to make that sacrifice for other things. But I have to do this. If I don't do this, deal's off. That's my line in the sand. I don't know what point I'm trying to make. Right now, I'm actually just checking to see if my family's going to come home to make sure that they're not going to catch me recording. Otherwise, they'll make fun of me relentlessly. I want to at least make $5 from this before I do any of that shit. No, we're good. What was my point? I don't have one. You don't always need a point. Sometimes you just want to say things just for the sake of saying it. And you know what? It's my podcast, so fuck you. I'm going to say it. I don't give a shit. I don't even have to talk. I'm just going to sit in silence. Can't tell me what to do. I don't abide by any rules. What else can I talk about? That's it for the NBA. NFL, I don't know anything about baseball. I don't know anything. I don't give a shit about hockey. Damn, what else is there for me to talk about? I mean, I could talk about how much Nick Wright, one of the best sportscasters, or not sportscasters, but like, he's not a reporter. What is he? He's not a journalist because he doesn't report on anything. He's paid to give his opinion. I forget what that's called, but he's one of the best I've ever. I mean, so many people dislike him, and I don't know why. Well, I do know why. He sounds like a whiny baby. I don't like his voice. But I like the guy. Like, he's just... I don't know. I don't know. It seems like he's very aware of sports media and how hypocritical they are. You know, like, they beg for athletes to be honest with them, and then the second they are, they turn on them. You know? I feel like he's very self-aware of that. Not many people are. Not many people are self-aware. I hate people that aren't self-aware. You know? So many people clutch their pearls every time someone does anything. You know? OBJ wears a $50,000 watch. Oh, good heavens! If you had the amount of disposable income that he has, you'd be wearing $50,000 watches every day. Are you kidding me? If you gave me a $20 million contract, which is not even close to what he's making. He's got Gatorade and Nike and the beef jerky shit and NFL contracts, endorsements and sponsorships and tax deductions because he lives in Cleveland, and Cleveland is essentially the ISIS of America. I'm pretty sure the government pays you to live there. I hate Ohio. But anyway, like, if you had the amount of money he does, you think I'm being humble? You think for even a second that anything that comes out of my mouth is not egotistical garbage? You're wrong. Because that's what's going to come out of my mouth. That's what already comes out of my mouth all the time. I'm the smartest person I'll ever meet. I don't think that's up for debate. I think I'm the smartest. I think maybe my girlfriend is really the only person I know who's probably smarter than me. But even then, I refuse to admit that. Because if I did, that admits she wins. And I can't have that because she already wins enough as it is. I'm smarter than my parents. I think that's true. I'm more self-aware than they are. I think I'm smarter than all my teachers and professors. I think I'm just a better all-around individual than a lot of the people in my life. That's a fact. So I will not budge on this. And if you gave me $20 million, imagine how much I'm talking shit to other people. It's like, you submitted an art project and you got funding and you got bought. Oh, that's nice. That's nice. I make $20 million. You can shut the fuck up entirely. I'm better than you. That is all I would say. That is literally all that would come out of my mouth. My girlfriend bought me this watch. I don't know how much it cost, but it's engraved and it looks really cool. Anytime someone shows me something they got as a gift, I'm like, that's cute. That's cute. This is an engraved watch. Do you own an engraved watch by chance? No? You don't? Oh. Are you poor? That's all I do. All the time. And people hate me. And you know what? Fuck them. Fuck them kids. FTK. Fuck them kids. If you gave me $20 million, oh my God, I'd be insufferable. So now imagine a guy like Odell Beckham Jr. I don't know much about the guy. I would imagine he grew up not nearly as rich as he is now. I don't want to say he grew up poor. I don't know. He probably did not grow up very rich. Probably was upper middle class at best. That's my prediction. I don't know him. I don't know the guy. I don't know what he went through. It's always weird to me when I find people obsess over certain people, like celebrities. It's like Kim Kardashian's a Virgo or a Leo. Why the fuck do you know that? Why do you care? You know? It's like, did you hear Kanye West said this? It's like, I don't care. Why should I allow people who I've never met nor do I care about influence my decisions at all? You know? It's like, did you hear this rapper is beefing with this other rapper? It's like, no, I don't. Like, I listen to both their music. I do not care who they hate. It does not affect me at all. If it does not affect my ability to make money in the future, I really don't care about it. If I'm being completely honest. Like if my roommate comes up to me, he's like, Andrew, man, you like, I'm sorry, but I, spilled coffee on your blazer. I'm like, well, you can go fuck yourself because now I have to pay for that. So you better give me money. No, you can't see the stain. Shut the fuck up. Give me $5. You know what I'm saying? Like if it does not affect my ability to make money in the future, I don't care about it. What the hell was I talking about? God, I get off topic a lot. Screw the whole Odell shit. You all know what I think about that. It's just if you make that much money, you have the ability to have an ego. You know, if you came from nothing. Now, Jeff Bezos, the billionaires, there should not be any billionaires. At the most amount of money you should ever have at any one point in time is $100 million. I'm not talking about $100 million cash. I'm talking about $100 million in company stock or like in non-liquid assets, because Jeff Bezos does not have $1 billion. He has $1 billion worth of investments and property. And, like he's not making $1 billion, but in a way he is. He does not have $1 billion in cash that he can go withdraw from a bank, but he has $1 billion in investments and in maybe property and in non-liquid assets, plus his liquid assets, including money. So the most you should ever have is $100 million. If you have more than that, I'm going to eat you because you're the super rich. I'm going to eat you. And I'm going to use the money you have to pay for my college because fuck you. I'm actually trying to make a living out here. But if you're Odell and you make $20 million a year, which is, I'm just going to ballpark that's what he makes. I don't actually know how much he makes. His receiver contract is what, like $18 million, $15 million, something like that, plus endorsements and sponsorships and all that shit. Probably makes, plus like the money he's put into like the stock market and shit, or restaurants or a clothing line or something. He's probably making about $20 million a year. After taxes, it's probably somewhere around 15. Okay. Let's say he makes $15 million a year. Why the hell should he be humble? I wouldn't be. I would not expect that from me or my family. Why would I expect that from a guy I barely know? And it angers me so much when the media and people in the media, they look at him and they're like, why aren't you more humble? Why should he be? Why does he have the obligation to be humble? God, I'll never understand that. I'll never understand the hypocrisy of people. I hate hypocritical people. It's the only thing I hate in this world. Only thing I truly hate is people who are hypocrites. I can handle any form of ego, or I can handle some forms of stupidity. I can handle a lot of like naivete, if that's a word, or just being naive. I can handle that. I can't handle hypocrisy. Can't handle hypocrisy. There's a lot of people in my life at college that I've met who are very, very hypocritical. They will look at you and they will tell you, Andrew, be honest. And then I'm honest. And then they burst into tears. I'm not brutally honest. I'm just honest. I'm just saying, no, I don't like that. I don't like what you're doing right now. I'm going to be completely honest with you and upfront. I don't like what you're doing right now. And they burst into tears and they get mad at me. And it's like, well, okay, you're no longer a significant person in my life. It's just the way it goes. That's just the way the cookie crumbles. Rosie. No, whatever. I gotta find a microphone to take with me back to college. This is pretty sweet. I like this one. Fits in my hand. That's what she said. What else? What else can I talk about sports related? Oh, what other ideas are circulating in my head? Not a lot. Not a lot. My head's pretty blank most of the time. What other sports teams, preferably NBA, because I know more about the NBA than I do the NFL. Obviously, I watch like 100 NBA games a year. Actually, wait, no, more than that. Because I'll watch 70 or more Bulls games. I'll watch 20 games sprinkled in that I just find interesting. Like if the Clippers and Lakers play, or the Clippers and the Bucks, or the Lakers and the Bucks, or the Raptors and some other, or like the Sixers and the Bucks, like all the Christmas Day games. Like I'm gonna watch those, and then I watch almost every game in the playoffs. So I watch upwards of 100, upwards of probably 120. So I watch a lot of NBA. Like a lot. Like an unhealthy amount. So I know a lot about the NBA. What else is there to talk about? Warriors are fine. They're going to be good. Give them a year. Let them trade the draft pick and D'Angelo Russell for a center, probably Karl Anthony Towns. Then the Timberwolves can start out with James Wiseman and D'Angelo Russell, and then the Warriors get Cat, Steph, Clay, Dre, and some small forward that they find. And they're going to be amazing. I don't know what's going on with the Kings. De'Aaron Fox, God, I loved him so much after his sophomore year. His rookie year, back to this guy can hoop thing. I looked at him, and I was like, this guy can hoop. This guy can hoop. No one can, he can hoop. He's fast. He's athletic. You can learn how to shoot. He seemed to want to learn how to shoot. He could distribute his pick and roll skills, his handles. I mean, he just had it all to be like the next him. He had the next him qualities. Like, the next, who is this guy? Have we seen another him? I thought he'd be borderline all-star, most improved candidate. I thought he'd get some all-team votes, all-NBA votes. All-team, that's not a word. All-NBA. But this year, Luke Walton and injuries just sort of fucking killed him. I don't know what to make of it. I thought he'd be good, but he's been injured and streaky and not good, and I think give him another year and a new fucking coach, please. Luke Walton had a team. I give LeBron a lot of shit. But he's a top 3 player of all time. Luke Walton had prime LeBron James for 60-plus games, and he could not make the playoffs with him. Okay, I don't care how bad your supporting cast is. If you have LeBron for more than 60 games, you should make the playoffs. I can't hold it against LeBron because he got injured. He missed a good chunk of the season. But if you have LeBron for more than, I want to say he played 68 games. No, he played 50-something. Still. You have Lonzo, Brandon, Josh Hart, KCP, who's not very good, but JaVale, Rondo. You had some decent players. You look at the Pelicans now, Brandon Ingram has exploded into a max contract player. I still have faith in Lonzo Ball. He's just gotten injured a lot and can't shoot. But he can distribute, he can defend, he can do a lot of things well. Luke Walton had a team with all those things, plus LeBron for over half the season, and he could not make the playoffs. Okay. I can't blame LeBron because he got injured. I can't blame the young players because they were still young, and they're really only as good as the staff they're on. And then I look at Luke Walton. You look at the Kings. They had a coach. They had a system. They had De'Aaron Fox. They had Buddy Hield, Harrison Barnes, Marvin Bagley now, Willie Cauley-Stein. They had some good players. And then they just said, you know what? I'm just going to take a nuke on this team. I'm just going to nuke them. Fuck them. Stupidest decision ever. You had a core. You had the core. And you went and ruined it with Luke Walton, who had domestic abuse charges at the time because he's a piece of shit. And you hire him. God, what a fucking train wreck that team is. I feel bad for Kings fans. Kings fans, I feel you, man. I'm sorry. You're never going to win a finals. It's never going to happen. Never. Your owner just doesn't want it. Your GM just doesn't want it. They want to make money. They don't want to win. That's why all these small market teams they're at a perpetual disadvantage because unless you have Giannis, you're not going to win. You're not going to win. It's just not going to happen. Sorry. I don't know what to tell you. Orlando Magic, I feel for you. You had Shaq, Tracy McGrady, Penny Hardaway. You couldn't do it. R.I.P. in peace. I don't know what to tell you. Hawks, it's going to be a while. You got your Trae Young, but guess what? Nowadays, everyone can drop 30. It's not hard. Anybody and their mother can drop 30. Giannis cannot shoot. He can drop 30. Man, RIP to a lot of these fucking teams, man. Now it's not enough to just have a guy that can put up 30. Now you need a guy who can put up 30 and defend. You need a Giannis. Trae Young's good. He's no Giannis. Luka is good, and he might be the future of the league. He's not Giannis. No one's Giannis, and that's what you need. If you don't got Giannis, you got to keep looking. I don't care how good your young core is. If you don't have a top 5 player, you're not going to win the championship. You're going to make the playoffs maybe if you got a good young core. You know, maybe you'll get past the first round if you're lucky. You know, who knows? Maybe the first team you face just spontaneously combusts. Then, yeah, you might be able to make the second round of the playoffs. Congrats. Like, your fan base will be happy. You're going to make a lot of money. And if that's your goal, more power to you. Be competitive. Put on a good team. Have a good coach. Good players. Make smart signings. Please have... The Raptors with DeRozan, I loved watching them. I knew they weren't going to win the finals. I knew they weren't going to get past LeBron, but they put out a competitive team night in, night out. And if I was a fan of those Raptors at that time, I would have been ecstatic every game. Because I knew that we had 2 stars, we had a good team, we had a good coach, we were competitive every night, and we were maybe going to make a deep playoff run. Same with the Pacers with Paul George. I thought they're good. I would have loved to have been a fan at that time. But if your goal is to win, it's not going to happen without a Giannis, without a LeBron, without a Kawhi, without an Anthony Davis, without a Joel Embiid, without a Steph, without a Kevin Durant. Every single player I mentioned is either already a top 30 player or has the potential to become one. I don't know what to tell you. I hear movement upstairs. Is my family finding me home? They better not be, I swear to God. I fear God. I fear God, homie. Who said that? DeAndre Hopkins. Oh my God, I love that quote. I fear God. I've been waiting to say that for so long, but I'm a suburban white kid, so I never have the opportunity to. I think I'm going to call it here. It's been fun. It's been real. I'm going to upload this, see how it sounds, listen to it, give it a listen. Try to find me a microphone I can take back with me to college because this was nice. I enjoyed it. Let's do it again sometime.